back here chatting with Cathie Hook of the Granby Chamber of Commerce. Once again, our key sponsor. Thank you again so much. And we're talking now about ice fishing. I've dabbled in ice fishing in the past. I haven't done it in the mountains, but it's a pretty big deal. As you go farther west in our county, it's popular. A lot of people are come rolling through with shanties and gear and kerosene heaters, if you like the smell of that, and God knows what else. Probably a few coolers.
It's become a real popular sport. You know, there's old timers up here that tell me all the stories about back in the day when they didn't have the augers and they didn't have the equipment that they have now.
The augers, I dig the hole into the ice, and a lot of them are electric now. You don't even need to.
So they would get their chainsaw out.
Oh.
they would get their chainsaw out and they would get a hole in the ice and they would, you know, take their twig and their, you know, piece of line and ice fish that way, you know. But now
you
with the
must
new
be really
equipment,
hard up if you're calling that fun, but that's okay.
But nowadays it's gotten so much more advanced.
Well, now you're watching DirecTV with your feet up, and you got, you know,
I don't know
two
about
elves
direct
down there
TV.
Reeling in your line. And,
I don't know about DirecTV.
Yeah, that might be a little exaggerated, but well, I guess with your iPhone, who knows what
with
you're
your
doing
iPhone,
out there?
Yeah. But you know, they have ice augers now that are, you know, fairly easy to use.
You can push a button almost. I mean, they're almost that easy. They're solid.
But you know, the ice gets 3 or 4 feet thick, so it's still a lot of work.
And Lake Granby, I don't know if there's acreage or how you keep track of that. It's massive. I mean,
it's the second largest body of water in Colorado.
Second largest. What's first?
Blue Mesa.
Oh, don't know that.
Yeah.
Okay, just curious.
So,
second largest. That's incredible. It's massive, and that connects to. There's like Granby.
Well, there's a lake next to it called Shadow Mountain Lake. And then there's Grand Lake, which is Colorado's largest natural lake.
That's the natural lake. Okay, and the other two are reservoirs with dams built.
And so, you know, guys come up all the time, and ladies too, not just guys. But and there's brand new ice shanties that they can have, and they're like, you can fit 4 or 5 people in there, and they bring up their barbecues.
Play some euchre maybe, throw some cards.
And you know, they're comfortable camp chairs. And
so this is a little different experience than wading up the middle of the Colorado River with your fly fish rod. Ice fishing's a more relaxed, social sport.
It's a social sport. It absolutely is. And, you know, I am not an expert fisherman, but there are plenty out there that do, you know, catch.
Do you know what kind of fish we're catching here? I'm assuming trout is going to be popular to catch.
Yeah, so there's lake trout or Mackinaw,
which is some pretty big.
That's the big. Those get really big.
Do you know how big the hole's got to be to get one of those out?
You have to have a 10-inch auger. Some people can get them through an 8-inch. They use their 8-inch augers.
You must really be hoping the fish rounds out and sucks in.
Yeah, but most, you know, an 8 or a 10-inch auger.
Any idea how many pounds we're talking for a lake trout?
You know, I'm not sure on the pounds.
I know in the summertime they pull out some beasts.
They're big. So, you know, one note on that is that we're trying to get the word out to the fishermen that if you catch the really big ones, to throw them back. Take a picture, throw them back. We're trying to get the conservation end across because some of those fish are 20 and 30 years old.
Turner's saying that we're talking 80 to 100 pounds.
80 to 100 pounds.
This isn't just an 8-pound bass. You're pulling out some massive fish. I almost wonder if sometimes they get them up to that hole and they're too big. I don't know. You know, I'd have to ask a fisherman.
Oh yeah.
I've never caught a few crappies. You know, like little panfish is all I've ever pulled out of a hole, but that's okay.
Yeah. So they get pretty big. So we have the Mackinaw. We have rainbow. We have brown, and then we have kokanee salmon.
Oh, salmon are in there too.
Yeah, Their numbers have declined a little bit over the years, but we
back
still
to my
do
panfish. I mean, these are fun fish to be catching. I mean, these are good size, and it's a good time, and it's a mountain experience, not just a little stream pulling little tiny fish out.
And more people are making it a social experience. You know, they just come up.
Snowmobiles all over the lake.
Yeah, you can take a snowmobile out on the lake. You can't take vehicles out on the lake. Some ice fishermen, like in Minnesota and those places, they take their trucks.
I've done that on Lake Michigan with friends before. We've driven out and stuff, but I'd be a little nervous.
So but depending on the conditions, you can definitely take a snowmobile out there and sometimes an ATV.
What kind of gear? I mean, is there places in town that you can get gear support if I flew in? You know, from somewhere?
So there's a number of Rocky Mountain Outfitters will take people out and do all of the rent you the equipment as well, so you can go out with a guide.
Does that include a cooler?
Oh,
I'm
I
just
don't know if
kidding.
that includes
A cooler and a 12-pack of Bud, you know? Yeah.
includes the
Something to
cooler.
pass the time.
Bernie Keefe, Fishing with Bernie, he's is the name of his business. He takes people out a lot, and he's really good at catching the big guys. He knows where those guys are. So about this time of year, they're between 30 and 90 feet down.
Wow. So these guys are
yeah.
going deep. I figured they were
So
just
they
dropping a
go,
line.
So they go pretty deep. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, we're going to have to take another quick break, so we still haven't talked about this big tournament coming up.
Right.
Can you at least throw out the date? When is this
Yes.
Three Lakes Ice Fishing Tournament gonna be?
January 29th, 30th, and 31st.
This will close out the month of January as we look towards the month of February. And we'll take a quick break and be back here with Cathie Hook and the Granby Chamber of Commerce. And what's the tagline of Granby?
The heart of something grand.
The heart of something grand. We'll be back shortly.